Hello and welcome, everyone. Welcome to another Lunch with Lisa. I'm Lisa Warner. I am the author of The Simplicity of Self-Healing, and now the 10th anniversary edition of The Simplicity of Self-Healing. It is coming out tomorrow, which is June 16th, 2023. I'm excited about this 10th anniversary edition because I have changed some of the content, upgraded some of it, just given it a fresh look and fresh energy and a fresh new perspective. So although much of the book is the same, there's enough of a difference in the book that I think you will really enjoy the changes. So please go and get The Simplicity of Self-Healing 10th Anniversary Edition. Today on Lunch with Lisa, I thought I would talk about what starts the disease process. And it's not what you think. I can almost guarantee that this is a very fresh, different look at what causes the disease process to begin in our bodies. We've all heard the saying, everything is energy. Well, this is true. And we are grand beings of light. These bodies are made of light. This is also true. Scientists will tell you that you put any part of the body under a high enough power microscope, you get down to the nuts and bolts, the little atoms and molecules. It's just light. We are made of light. As beings of light, we can't see our light with our physical eyes. But it doesn't mean that the light isn't there. It's just there's a lot of light that we cannot see with our physical eyes. Our physical eyes are very limited. We can't see infrared light or ultraviolet light, or there are many, many wavelengths of light that we cannot see. Our own light is part of that wavelength that we cannot see with our physical eyes. But if you imagine yourself as a being of light, your light will shine outward in all directions, just like a star. So your light shines in all directions. When your light is flowing in the right direction, your energy and your light are flowing outward. That's our natural flow. That's what's in alignment with who we are as beings of light. However, when something from outside impacts us, when there's a trauma, a shock, something happens, and suddenly we get that, ooh, that jab, that feeling of, ooh, wow, what just happened? That's something that comes from the external world and impacts us. Now, all of a sudden, wherever that impact came from, it gets our light and our energy flowing in the opposite direction. It gets it flowing in rather than out. We start to feel constricted, contracted. You can feel the body tense up, tighten up. And that's a sign that your energy has started to move inward in reverse. If the energy is not turned back around and sent back out in the right direction, in our natural flow direction, consciousness is always expanding. Okay, that's our natural state, is the state of expansion. When shocking things happen to us, it reverses the flow outward and it gets it moving in the opposite direction. We can feel when that happens. It feels like shame or guilt or fear or anxiety or depression or whatever that feels like. When it starts to feel heavy, when we start to feel darker, when we start to feel sad, when we start to feel worried or stressed or afraid, those are signs that the energy is moving backwards, back in, rather than flowing out. We feel light, we feel happy when we're expanding outward. Okay, imagine, close your eyes for a moment and imagine yourself as a star, light, pure and simple light coming from within in all directions. And just imagine how light that feels to have your light flowing in an endless flow outward. There is no end to your light. We are beings of light. The soul is created from light. We are light. And when we're living in full alignment with who we are, life is easy, it's fun, it's light and breezy. Everything is simple. We live in peace and harmony with the universe and with each other. We feel good. But when our light is in reverse, when the darkness comes, right? It's the job of the darkness is to eat the light, is to squelch the light. So the way it does that is it turns the light backwards, turns it around. So the quickest and easiest hack to getting yourself back in the flow is to literally meditate on being light. Notice, get your energy flowing outward again. It's really actually simple and easy. You close your eyes and you just visualize your light and your energy moving out from the center of you. Feel it. Command the energy to move outward. If you turn your light back on, if you notice yourself as light, and you consciously flow your light outward in all directions, you are then managing the flow of your energy. You're using your own light to restore proper balance and harmony. Say, Lisa, but that's too simple. That couldn't possibly work. Well, try it. Try it and see what happens. What would happen if every day for a week you spent 10 minutes when you wake up in the morning and before you go to bed at night, just noticing the flow of your own light? What do you think might happen? Why not do an experiment? Because as I've experimented with this, it has changed so many things for me. It has literally shifted the flow of energy in my life. My life has gotten easier. My life has become in the flow. There are very few things that reverse the flow of my energy anymore. And I stay at a really high vibration because it's just normal, it's simple, it's easy. But it wasn't until I started to really notice myself as light that I had this massive aha and just recognized that that is who and what I am. It's who and what we all are. We are non physical beings, we are beings of light. That is the truth of who we are. Say, no, I'm just this physical body. Well, the physical body is one aspect of who we are. All the rest of us is non physical. There's far more of you that is non physical than there is that's physical. Your consciousness, your light expands the entire expanse of all that is. You are huge. You are humongous. You are as big as all that is. You are that vast, that expansive. You are that much light. But when we shut our awareness down and we go, oh, I'm just this physical body and there's something wrong with me, and oh, just, then we shut the flow of our light off. We stop shining our light and we become very dull and depressed and dark. That's not who we are. That's the reverse. That's the shadow aspect. I realize that this may sound overly simplistic and unrealistic, even, but I just offer you to play with it. Open up your imagination. Your imagination is the tool that you use to see the unseen. It's how you see the non physical realms. Your physical eyes are for seeing the physical stuff. Your physical eyes don't see the non physical stuff, usually. Some people can see auras, ghosts, whatever, but most people can't yet because we've shut down that ability. Our imaginations have been shut down, compromised, told, oh, that's just your imagination. You're just making that up. Well, no, we're not. Your imagination is how you see the non-physical realms. So close your eyes so that you can see your own light. Close your eyes so you can see the unseen. And focus on your light. Imagine yourself as a star, a literal being of pure light, that your light shines out in all directions. Just pretend. And if you pretend well enough, if you allow yourself to go deep enough into the pretending, you will actually notice that there's a sound to your light, that there's a frequency of you. It's a completely unique frequency, and it's not just a singular frequency, it's a harmonic frequency. There are many layers of frequency together that form the sound of you. Your soul song is a frequency. Are you willing to hear it? Are you willing to get quiet enough and pretend deep enough to actually notice yourself as the being of light that you are? so fully that you can hear your own sound and you can notice all the other stars around you are also singing. And you're in communication with all of them. They're all your friends. And that star that you are has an aspect here in physical form. Can you tune in to your higher level wisdom, the part of you that is in harmony with all that is? And can you start to broaden your perspective? Can you start to see beyond the physicalness? Can you start to notice that you are a grand being of light? Play with this. It's just an invitation to play, to pretend. Pretend to just be light. And focus on getting all of your energy flowing outward, expanding. And then let me know what happens. Let me know if you experience some shifts and changes in your life. Let me know if you can start healing all that ails you with your own light by simply getting all of your energy flowing in the proper direction once more. When our energy is flowing in the wrong direction, when it's flowing inward instead of expanding outward, this is when the dis-ease process begins. The body needs energy to be flowing in the proper direction. When the flow of energy is reversed in the body reverses what it normally does. This is actual science. It's not just, some story, cockamamie story that Lisa made up. It's actual science that an impact, a sudden shock or trauma is what starts the disease process. And it's that sudden shock or trauma that reverses the flow of energy, the flow of electricity in the body. Our energy is supposed to flow out, but when the current gets reversed and everything is flowing in instead, this is when dis-ease happens. So what can you do to reverse that? You can literally start to pretend that you are light, and you can consciously direct the flow of your own energy, and you can start using your light to make everything right, to bring yourself and your cells back into harmony. I hope you'll play with this because it's actually a really powerful process. So I hope this was helpful. If you play with it, please reach out. Let me know. Let me know what happens. All right. Thank you so much for joining me for another Lunch with Lisa. I'm Lisa Warner. I'm the author of The Simplicity of Self-Healing. Now the 10th anniversary edition of The Simplicity of Self-Healing, which is coming out on Amazon tomorrow, June 16th, 2023. So please keep an eye out for the book. Grab it while it's 99 cents, Kindle version this weekend for 4 days from Friday to Monday. So hope this little Lunch with Lisa has been helpful. And until next week, create for yourselves a great week. Let your light shine bright.